Hi, class. This is Dr. Condor, and I'm the instructor for the STAT 3001 class. And I wanted to do just a short orientation video to go over a couple very important points about the structure of the course. And some students assume that all courses run the same and that they can figure their way out through the course. And one of the biggest problems that exists in this stats class is not that the material is incomprehensible for the students or that you not don't have the ability to work. It's just that students don't follow directions. And so I want to clear up those directions and help you understand the layout because there is a little bit of a confusion at the beginning, and we are working through that. Uh, but not really a problem throughout the course. It's just, again, making sure you go to the right places as you work through the course. So your homepage should look something like this. And again, I have usually some extra things that students don't have on there, but I just want to talk about a few of these things on your course homepage. And we have announcements. Very important that you read all of the announcements. And you'll see here, there's just some showing, but then over here, more announcements. And if I click on those, you'll see that a course introduction, and then you see here, be certain to complete the correct assignments in the correct order. So it's kind of a strange announcement, but probably the most important one to get off to a good start. And I want to explain this in detail of what I mean by that. And then also, you can read, the week one student questions. These are questions that students typically have at the beginning of the class. And so I kind of compiled a little list here of some responses, the most asked questions. And then you'll also see videos. I create these videos, and you'll see the week one homework video is obviously for helping you get started on the homework. And there's also other videos in the MyLab um, software that goes with the course. But these I kind of did specifically because there were some things that students, struggled more than other things. And you'll see there's a video here called Types of Variables. And that's one thing that's very important from day one, the whole ways through the course. You really need to spend some time with understanding this thing, types of variables, because it kind of lays the foundation for your decision making as you go through and select the right statistical techniques to perform the procedures necessary to complete the projects and the discussions. And then here's a project video. And again, this is very important to help you. I made the video to help you get through the projects with the statistical software package, the StatDisk that we call it. And if you follow the videos, you'll see that you'll be able to get through that. So again, I know some students, and I'm kind of like that myself, where I'll try to get through it on my own, and I like doing things, my way. But for this class, I've seen many students drop the course because they got frustrated early in the course, and then the ones that stay with it and stick it out almost always end up doing well. Uh, but they, fight through that initial frustration. And if you follow along, follow what I, ask you to do, then you usually will be able to get through that early part without any problems. So again, the week one project talks a lot about the software. And once you catch on to it, you'll see it's actually pretty easy to use. And then there's a week 1 discussion video, which again, students get confused on. And then once you kind of catch on after the first couple of times, uh, it goes very smoothly. So the videos are help you get through there and stay on track. So make sure you do watch these in the order that's listed here, and you'll see that, when you begin the week, make sure you read all of the announcements carefully, because I put things in there that I know that some students struggle with or are concerned about or have questions about. I've taught this course many, many, many times. And so I compile comments that students, have had issues with. So once you get through those announcements, you'll complete the MyLab homework next. Students have a tendency to want to run and do the discussion first. And that's actually what you're supposed to do last. And then they mess up the discussion, and then it causes a problem. So make sure you get to the MyLab homework first. Then you'll watch the project video and then go to doc sharing. So extremely important that you understand that. Watch the video, go to doc sharings to get the week 1 project, because what happens is that students will go over here on the left, which seems natural. And again, I understand. It seems like that's what you should do. They'll click on the project, and then they'll go to the week 1 project, and then they follow these directions, okay? And again, the week 1 project that is loaded in this, let me go to week 1, okay, over here on the left. And there's different ways that you can get in here. And the introduction's good, and the learning objectives and things like that. And those are all, good things to look at. And then let's go back. And when you go to the, there we go, week 1 project, this is good information here again, where it says save your assignments, because I have to be able to grade them. So you've got to get them submitted to the right place. And so this will tell you, how to go along with that. And preview upload assignment. They again talk to you about how to do all that. And so that's a good part of it, right? That's a good part. And let me back up. But when you do the project, okay, when you're actually going to do the project, after you watch the project video, you go to doc sharing, okay? So again, I'm going to find, here it is down here. So it sounds kind of strange. We go to doc sharing, but all of your files that you need are in doc sharing. So you'll see again. All right, here we go. Week 1 project. Okay, and then you'll click on this and open up. It's a Word file. And it's taking a minute here to open up. But you also notice here the week 1 project rubric, how it's scored. I like to put in there so you see what's being emphasized in. Here we go. Let me bring that over here. And okay, so the week 1 project, these, why we have to do this, and this is the main thing to remember, is that all of the projects and discussions were rewritten. And the original ones are in Blackboard, and it takes a while. Okay, so again, I don't know when these are all going to get put in, but it does take a while because the instructors can't submit them themselves. You have to go through IT, and then they have to code them in and do whatever they do. So that's the big issue. That's really the only issue that we have, is that if I could put these in there myself, I would put them into Blackboard and they would all be there, but they're in Doc Sharing. So then you follow this through and answer the questions and then submit it, where it says it's supposed to be submitted to. So that's the key to getting off to a good start. And then once you get done with the project, you go to let's go back to the home. I'll just go to the home page and go to the announcements. Okay, here's my discussion video. So when I want to do this is the link right here. I'll watch the discussion video. And then again, you go to Doc Sharing. So you got to remember that. You got to go from the videos, then to Doc Sharing. Here is the week 1 discussion file. Again, it's a Word file. And if you follow that, again, you'll get hopefully off to a good start. Now, when you do the discussions, you're allowed one rewrite because they're harder to come up with and make sure you do everything correctly. So what you do is you do your discussion and then submit it. Then I will look at it and comment back to you and tell you, okay, you need to fix this and fix that and change this or whatever. And then you can resubmit it. And it's one thing that the students really like is the ability to go through, create a scenario, and then submit it, and then get to repost it later. Okay, now, one of the things here too with the week 1, one of the problems that students like to do is use the same variables, one or all of the same variables that I have put in my examples, which you can't do, okay? You cannot copy it. Think of it as plagiarism. You can't plagiarize my examples because what will happen is, like, for example, here's the week 1 discussion, and it's on types of variables, and this is a qualitative variable, and these are quantitative variables because these are differences in quality, gender, male, female. There's not an amount difference. There's a quality difference between the different gender, and then like weight is numeric, so it's a quantitative variable because this is differences in amounts or quantities. Blood pressure, systolic blood pressure, differences in amounts. Okay, and typically it shows numeric and non-numeric. And then students will say, okay, I'll do my example. I'll do gender and weight and diastolic or something like that. And they'll do up and absolutely not. Again, that is plagiarizing my example. You have to make up your own qualitative variable, which there's a million out there. And there's a million quantitative variables out there that relate to the program of study that you're in. All of your examples will relate to the program of study that you're in. And each week, you'll create a different data set with different variables. It's a very important part of the course. Once you catch on, you'll see it. And the students really like it after they get on, and they get to see a lot of different uses and applications of statistics in their field. It becomes a very meaningful class for them, okay, and hopefully for you too. So I'm going to take this out of there. And let's go back again. So that's how the weeks run. The weeks, you do your My Math Lab homework. And again, it'll take you, you look at this. Let's go back into the announcements. Here's my announcement on correct order. So you can just follow through, read the announcements, do your My Lab homework problems. They're not lengthy. They're just a reasonable number of problems. And so you have to learn the material before you can apply it. You have to know what types of variables that there are before you can do your project and talk about types of variables. You can't do the discussion without understanding the information in the MyLab homework first. Then you do the project, you go to the announcements and watch the video, go to doc sharing, get the file, and then you go get your discussion video, watch it, and then you'll go to doc sharing and get the discussion file. So please remember, every single week you will follow that same order. And again, the homework, project, and discussion videos will be there each week for some more instruction from me. And the last class I just completed did very well. Most people did very, very well. And some people got frustrated because they did not follow those directions, and they got frustrated and they gave up. So I don't want you to do that. I want everybody to get through and do well. And so remember that this number over here on the left, that may or may not be your class. So don't worry if this isn't your number, because I use this video for I teach lots of classes, and I renew this every now and then. So again, doesn't matter. Every class, same. Every stat class I teach, I run exactly the same. But you always can ask questions, even after you read the announcements, even after you watch the videos and you say, I don't still have some questions, email me. That's the absolute best way to get in touch with me, through email. If you call, I may or may not answer. I'm on a summer schedule. It's very strange. I've got lots of different things going on this summer. And so again, you may be watching this video in the fall, so it might not matter. But again, I just the content, the procedure, and everything is the same. So I'm going to go ahead and just stop the video and just make sure again that you ask questions if you have them, and you can get through the course. I know a lot of people are afraid of the course, and almost everybody that sticks it out and gets through it, it's frustrating at times. It's not meant to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy. That's why you learn things. You have to struggle and get through, and then you learn. And you have a lot. You're a lot better opportunity and chance of getting through the course than you probably first initially feel. And that's what most students say at the end, is they say, well, you know what, they ended up doing a lot better than they thought. So work through it, keep in touch, and good luck with the course.